You can subscribe to support our channel and turn on the notification bell to be notified of new videos. North Macedonia, Macedonian. Severna Makedonija, Severna Makedonija. Officially the Republic of North Macedonia, Macedonian. Republika Severna Makedonija, Republika Severna Makedonija, is a country located on the Balkan Peninsula and in southeastern Europe. North Macedonia borders Serbia to the north, Albania to the west, Greece to the south, and Bulgaria to the east. The country's currency is the Macedonian denar, MKD. The capital and largest city is Skopje, with more than 500,000 residents. It has many smaller cities. Some important ones are Bitola, Prilep, Titovo, Kumanovo, Ohrid, Velez, Stip, and Strumica. North Macedonia is often called a land of lakes and mountains. There are more than 50 large lakes and 16 mountains higher than 2,000 meters above sea level. North Macedonia is a member of the United Nations and World Trade Organization, WTO. It joined NATO on the 27th of March 2020. Since December 2005, it is a candidate for joining the European Union. The language spoken by the majority of the population is Macedonian. Albanian is also spoken by the Albanian minority, 25%, living in the country. North Macedonia has two official languages, Macedonian and Albanian, since 2019. History. Historically, North Macedonia was part of the ancient Macedonian Empire during Alexander the Great's reign. What is now North Macedonia used to be a state called Socialist Republic of Macedonia in the southeastern part of the country of Yugoslavia. When that country broke up in 1991, North Macedonia became independent. In past centuries, the territory which today is the Republic of North Macedonia was ruled by many different states and empires. Greece and the Republic of North Macedonia were arguing over the name Macedonia. The United Nations calls the Republic of North Macedonia, the former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia, Firom, Macedonian, Poranezna Jugoslavenska Republika Makedonija PJRM Poranezna Jugoslavenska Republika Makedonija PJRM. The north and northeast part of Greece has been called Macedonia for ages and officially since 1912, just like Kent, the southeast county of England, has been called Kent for a long time. Firom is also used by NATO and many other international organizations. But many countries now call the country Republic of Macedonia. The United Kingdom, for example, uses Republic of Macedonia in the diplomatic list. On the 17th of June 2018, North Macedonia and Greece agreed to the Prespa Agreement, which would see the country change its name to the Republic of North Macedonia. The government started completing the constitutional change needed to change the country's name, which was completed on the 12th of February 2019. Geography. Location. North Macedonia has a total area of 25,713 square kilometers, 9,928 square miles. It lies between latitudes 40 degrees and 43 degrees north, and mostly between longitudes 20 degrees and 23 degrees east. A small area lies east of 23 degrees. North Macedonia has some 748 kilometers, 465 miles, of boundaries, shared with Serbia, 62 kilometers or 39 miles, to the north, Kosovo, 159 kilometers or 99 miles, to the northwest, Bulgaria, 148 kilometers or 92 miles, to the east, Greece, 228 kilometers or 142 miles, to the south, and Albania, 151 kilometers or 94 miles, to the west. It is a transit way for shipment of goods from Greece, through the Balkans, towards Eastern, Western and Central Europe and through Bulgaria to the east. It is part of the larger region of Macedonia, which also includes Macedonia, Greece, and the Blagoevgrad province in southwestern Bulgaria. North Macedonia is a landlocked country that is geographically clearly defined by a central valley formed by the Vardar River and framed along its borders by mountain ranges. The terrain is mostly rugged, located between the Sar Mountains and Osogovo, which frame the valley of the Vardar River. Three large lakes, Lake Ohrid, Lake Prespa and Dozhran Lake, lie on the southern borders, bisected by the frontiers with Albania and Greece. Ohrid is considered to be one of the oldest lakes and biotopes in the world. The region is seismically active and has been the site of destructive earthquakes in the past, most recently in 1963 when Skopje was heavily damaged by a major earthquake, killing over 1,000. North Macedonia also has scenic mountains. They belong to two different mountain ranges. The first is the Sar Mountains that continues to the west Vardar, Pelagonia group of mountains, Baba Mountain, Nidze, Kazif and Jakopika, also known as the Dinaric Range. The second range is the Osogovo-Belisica mountain chain, also known as the Rhodope Range. The mountains belonging to the Sar Mountains and the West Vardar, Pelagonia Range are younger and higher than the older mountains of the Osogovo-Belisica mountain group. Mount Korab of the Sar Mountains on the Albanian border, at 2,764 meters, 9,068 feet, is the tallest mountain in North Macedonia. In North Macedonia there are 1,100 large sources of water. The rivers flow into three different basins: the Aegean, the Adriatic and the Black Sea. The Aegean basin is the largest. It covers 87% of the territory of North Macedonia, which is 22,075 square kilometers, 8,523 square miles. Vardar, the largest river in this basin, drains 80% of the territory or 20,459 square kilometers, 7,899 square miles. Its valley plays an important part in the economy and the communication system of the country. The Vardar Valley project is considered to be crucial for the strategic development of the country. The river Black Drin forms the Adriatic Basin, which covers an area of about 3,320 square kilometers, 1,282 square miles, i.e., 13% of the territory. It receives water from lakes Prespa and Ohrid. The Black Sea Basin is the smallest with only 37 square kilometers, 14 square miles. It covers the northern side of Mount Skopska Crna Gora. This is the source of the river Binačka Morava, which joins the Morava, and later, the Danube, which flows into the Black Sea. North Macedonia has around 50 ponds and 3 natural lakes: Lake Ohrid, Lake Prespa and Lake Dojran. In North Macedonia there are 9 spa towns and resorts: Baniste, Banja Bansko, Istabanja, Katlanovo, Kezovica, Kosovrasti, Banja Kokani, Kumanovski Banji and Nagorci. Climate. North Macedonia has a transitional climate from Mediterranean to continental. The summers are hot and dry, and the winters are moderately cold. Average annual precipitation varies from 1,700 mm, 66.9 in the western mountainous area to 500 mm, 19.7 in the eastern area. There are 3 main climatic zones in the country: temperate Mediterranean, mountainous, and mildly continental. Along the valleys of the Vardar and Strumica rivers, in the regions of Gevgelija, Volandovo, Dojran, Strumica, and Radavis, the climate is temperate Mediterranean. The warmest regions are Demir Kapia and Gevgelija, where the temperature in July and August frequently exceeds 40 degrees Celsius, 104 degrees Fahrenheit. The mountainous climate is present in the mountainous regions of the country, and it is characterized by long and snowy winters and short and cold summers. The spring is colder than the fall. The majority of North Macedonia has a moderate continental climate with warm and dry summers and relatively cold and wet winters. There are 30 main and regular weather stations in the country. Biodiversity. The flora of North Macedonia is represented by around 210 families, 920 genera, and around 3,700 plant species. The most abundant group are the flowering plants with around 3,200 species, followed by mosses, 350 species, and ferns, 42. Phytogeographically, North Macedonia belongs to the Illyrian province of the Circumboreal region within the Boreal Kingdom. According to the Worldwide Fund for Nature, WWF, and the Digital Map of European Ecological Regions by the European Environment Agency, the territory of the Republic can be subdivided into 4 ecoregions: the Pindus Mountains mixed forests, Balkan mixed forests, Rhodopes mixed forests and Aegean sclerophyllus and mixed forests. National Park of Pelister in Bitola is known for the presence of the endemic Macedonian pine, as well as some 88 species of plants representing almost 30% of North Macedonian dendroflora. The Macedonian pine forests on Pelister are divided into 2 communities: pine forests with ferns and pine forests with junipers. The Macedonian pine, as a specific conifer species, is a relict of tertiary flora, and the 5-needle pine mollica was first noted on Pelister in 1893. North Macedonia's limited forest growth also includes Macedonian oaks, the sycamore, weeping willows, white willows, alders, poplars, elms, and the common ash. Near the rich pastures on Sar Mountain and Bistra, Mavrovo, is another plant species characteristic of plant life in Macedonia, the poppy. The quality of thick poppy juice is measured worldwide by morphine units. While Chinese opium contains 8 such units and is considered to be of high quality, Indian opium contains 7 units, and Turkish opium only 6. Macedonian opium contains a full 14 morphine units and is one of the best quality opiums in the world. The native forest fauna is abundant and includes bears, wild boars, wolves, foxes, squirrels, chamois and deer. The lynx is found, very rarely, in the mountains of western Macedonia, while deer can be found in the region of Demir Kapia. Forest birds include the blackcap, the grouse, the black grouse, the imperial eagle and the forest owl. The 3 artificial lakes of the country represent a separate fauna zone, an indication of long-lasting territorial and temporal isolation. The fauna of Lake Ohrid is a relic of an earlier era and the lake is widely known for its Letnica trout, lake whitefish, gudgeon, roach, pawdust, and pior, as well as for certain species of snails of a genus older than 30 million years. Similar species can be found only in Lake Baikal. Lake Ohrid is also noted in zoology texts for the European eel and its baffling reproductive cycle. It comes to Lake Ohrid from the distant Sargasso Sea, thousands of kilometers away, and lurks in the depths of the lake for 10 years. When sexually mature, the eel is driven by unexplained instincts in the autumn to set off back to its point of birth. There it spawns and dies, leaving its offspring to seek out Lake Ohrid to begin the cycle anew. The shepherd dog of Sar Mountain, the Sarplaninic, Yugoslav shepherd, is known worldwide. It stands some 60 centimeters, 2.0 feet, tall and is a brave and fierce fighter that may be called upon to fight bears or wolf packs while guarding and defending flocks. The Sarplaninic originates from the shepherd's dog of the ancient Epirotes, the Molossus, but it was recognized as its own breed in 1939 under the name of Illyrian shepherd and since 1956 has been known as Sarplaninic. Politics. Republic of Macedonia is a democratic country with a parliament. You can subscribe to support our channel and turn on the notification bell to be notified of new videos.